Good. But beware.
I live up the block. Oh, fantastic.
Beneath the big smile and folksy charm is a young man who's been called the future of organized hate in America. And he is on a mission.
Racist, fascist, anti-gay!
You say people of color, Jews, are predators. Disproportionately.
Jews have a monopoly on suffering, it seems.
Anti-Semites, go away!
They deserve a short drop with a tight rope around their neck.
Go to...
Could we ask all the third world immigrants to go home?
Racist, bigots, go home! Racist,
Do you consider yourself a racist?
Sure. So what? I call it natural.
Being a racist is natural.
Loving one's people is natural.
Yes, Matt loves his people and he loves his country too. You see, for him, this land is his land.
I would say that my ancestors' sacrifices for this soil have made it mine to a certain extent.
But every American can make that claim. There are blacks, Hispanics, Muslims who shed blood for this nation. So that's not unique to white people.
I would say this nation's founding.
No, that's not debatable, the point I just made. That is fact.
The fact is, Matt says publicly what many may think privately.
Gay marriage shouldn't happen.
He's tapping into a growing and frightening discontent in America. In the last decade, the number of hate groups has nearly doubled, from 602 to 1,007, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Matt was raised in a middle-class Maryland suburb. His parents are school teachers. Matt readily admits they did not raise him to be a racist.
People always say, well, he was raised like that. Well, no, I wasn't. I was raised very, very moderate.
Has it caused tension in the family?
It's caused a lot of tension.
Today, he's estranged from his parents and his siblings.
People harassed by parents, they've gotten death threats and things like that. Well, they haven't done anything.
In fact, his friend Deanna was the only person from his childhood willing to speak to us on camera.
Matt was always a loner.
She remembers a smart but socially awkward boy trying to find his way and gradually becoming fascinated with race.
We're all writing about like cats and dogs and ponies, and he's over there writing about like the Holocaust.
He loved history and the Bible, and his reading of both found his place in the world, a place of superiority. In high school, he took part in Civil War battle reenactments as a Confederate soldier. It's the dark days of slavery he calls the good old days.
So, in your view of the Civil War, the wrong side won?
We'd be a lot better off if the South would have won.
Better off. Better off because today white separatists like Matt have noted U.S. Census trends showing whites will be a minority by 2043.
I see the cataclysmic end to this empire is fast approaching.
We're racist. White power.
Matt fears white heterosexual Christians have fallen prey, as he puts it, just like Native Americans did centuries ago.
Was what happened to Native Americans horrible? Yeah. But that's what's happening to whites now in this country. So if we can say...
come on. Someplace in the United States, they are slaughtering white Americans by the hundred.
Genocide doesn't have to be with guns and tanks and bombs.
If what Matt Heimbach's peddling sounds familiar to you, it is.
Of a reverse discrimination against white people.
Remember David Duke, the former Grand Wizard of the KKK, state representative from Louisiana. Duke and Matt met at last year's Stormfront Convention. Think of it as an annual retreat for white supremacists, where Matt was a speaker.
So our generation is primed for this revolution.
He's also been a guest on Duke's internet radio show.
This new generation that's coming up is seeing all the sacrifices that men like you and countless others made, and we're just trying to carry the torch.
Do you see a young David Duke and Matt Heimbach?
If you combine honesty, sincerity with intelligence, I think he has the potential to be quite an effective leader for these ideas.
For those who would dismiss Matt, who would dismiss you as men stuck in the past, you say what?
I say with the future.
Trade Youth Network's here to stay.
And how does Matt see the future?
It's just to separate, where there's no ill will, there's no hostility, we can still trade, you can get a visa.
A visa to visit in Matt's world, white Christians in the South, Jews in New York, blacks in Detroit. You get the picture.
I would say that your neighborhood would need a man of your stature.
I like white people, man.